everybody, welcome back to the community table. My name is Kayla Guillory, I'm a dietitian.
Hi everybody, I'm Chef Tim.
And this month we are highlighting Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, we've got some awesome recipes. We've got a Pozole Verde, baked tortilla chips, and a flan.
Okay, well let's go ahead and get started.
The first step with our Pozole Verde is we're gonna roast our chickens. With the preheated oven set at 425 degrees, we'll pat our chicken dry, rub with olive oil, stuff it with limes, roast the chicken for about an hour to an hour and a half until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. After you pull the chicken out, allow it to rest for about 15 minutes, then break down the chicken and shred the meat. Next, we're gonna make our broth. In a large pot, combine the chicken broth, bay leaves, onion, garlic, salt, and pepper. Simmer this for about 30 minutes and then discard the solids. Next, we're gonna make our sauce. Using the roasted peppers, we're gonna blend with tomatillos, onions, garlic, cilantro, and a ladle of the broth. Blend this until smooth. Then we'll add the sauce to the broth, add the hominy, roasted chicken, oregano, cumin, salt, and pepper, and simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And for the toppings on the pozole, we could use shredded cabbage, chopped onions, sliced radishes, cilantro, avocado, lime, and crema.
All right, Tim, so that pozole.
Yeah, it's amazing. The flavors, the textures, everything is just so well balanced. I really love it.
Yeah, everything comes together, and I really love that you just mentioned balance because soups get a really bad rap about not being like hearty and nutritious.
Yeah.
And this soup hit all the points, right? Has all those non-starchy vegetables. We have the lean protein from the chicken that you actually roasted off. We have our carbs from our baked potato chips that we made in the oven ourselves, and then also from the hominy, and just all around super nutritious.
Yeah, I think there's just some really nice layers of flavor here with like the roasted peppers, the garlic, the spices, the herbs. It just all complements so well together.
Yeah, and I think thinking about this from a nutritional standpoint, we don't have to use as much salt, right? Because we're adding so many different flavors from all these different ingredients, especially the spices, the lime juice, roasting off the chicken ahead of time. It came together so perfectly, you guys.
Yeah, can't wait for you to try it.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about a mindfulness swap that we did for one of these recipes. We actually used a dollop of Greek yogurt instead of sour cream or crema in this dish. A great way for us to add in some additional protein, probiotics, and a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, and it lends a nice flavor to it also.
And a creaminess.
Yeah.
Greek yogurt on everything, you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
With our baked tortilla chips, we'll set the oven at 375 degrees. Next, cut the tortillas into similar sizes. In a bowl, we'll toss those with a little bit of olive oil until evenly coated. Then arrange on a baking sheet. Make sure to spread the chips out in a single layer. Next, we'll bake for about 10 to 15 minutes, flipping halfway through. Finally, after the chips are done, season with salt and pepper, maybe a squeeze of lime, any other spices that you like. With the flan, first we'll make our caramel. Using sugar and a little bit of water, heat this over medium heat until the sugar turns into a deep amber color. This will take about 10 minutes. After that happens, quickly pour the sugar into a baking dish or ramekin to make sure the bottom is coated. Next, we'll make our custard. Whisk the eggs, egg whites, maple syrup, vanilla, and salt until smooth. Next, we'll warm the evaporated milk and then slowly whisk that into the egg mixture. Finally, we'll pour that over the caramel, then bake at 325 degrees for 45 to 55 minutes. Cool, then refrigerate for 4 hours or overnight. To serve, we'll run a knife around the outside and then invert onto a plate and let the caramel flow over the top. All right, let's talk about the flan for a minute because I am really excited about this recipe.
Yeah.
So we use condensed milk for this recipe. In a typical flan, you're gonna use heavy cream, all egg yolks. We also use some egg whites in this recipe.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah, so it lowers the fat considerably.
Considerably, right? And we're still getting that beautiful custard texture that we're looking for in maybe a higher fat, more rich dish. And we're not sacrificing on flavor at all, you guys. Now, if you wanted to cut down the carbohydrate content even more, you could use a coconut sugar. I'm not necessarily sure if a monk fruit would work, but it actually might. So I'm excited to hear in the comments if you guys ended up doing that at home and how that turned out.
Awesome.
Okay, everybody, here we are.
Yeah, that was awesome. Such delicious food. Can't wait for everybody to try this.
And if you guys really enjoyed hanging out with us today and watching our videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and we will see you guys again next time.
Bye.
Bye.